Good morning folks, welcome to Scott Rods. I'm at a bit of a loss as to what to do today because I'm waiting on some parts for the fuel tank. I basically need a filler hose to go from the tank and some sort of metal filler neck. So I've ordered some parts that I hope will fit, but we'll see. So as I say, today I'm not sure what to do, so it looks like I shall be consulting the Wheel of Misfortune. Oh, that stopped kind of suddenly on brakes, didn't it? It's not suspicious at all. So let's see what we have to do today. I'm going to start at the back. I need to install a T-piece on the excuse me, the rear axle. One to go to that side, one to go to this side, and then a flexi pipe coming up to this, and then run a solid line from there round to there. Find a way to route it all the way up here, probably on the inside since it's not boxed in. That'll be fine. And then up to this point roughly here, which it will then come up the way and go to the master cylinder. I do have a rear proportion involved to put in as well. And then from the front, I obviously won't be able to do the master cylinder yet because it's attached to the body, but I can do the front flex pipes from the front calipers round to the frame, and then again another solid pipe going from there up to the the master cylinder. However, I might leave that solid pipe until I've got the body back on. So let's get started with rear axle. Let's see what we have to play with. So this is the original rear brake lines with the splitter in the middle. My flex pipe, I've got some new copper nickel pipe. Now I will be able to use some of this, but as much as this stuff is flexible to a certain extent, you don't want to be twisting it back and forward, it will eventually snap. So there's only so many times you can bend this stuff. So I will try and use the original. It was never used in anger. It was only ever fitted to the rat rod to test out the brakes. Now I did have a slight leak there from this connection going in. Sorry, from there. Now whether or not that is the proper fitting, I'm not sure. Maybe it wasn't tight enough. I'll put in a bit of sealant next time I fit it. So the hardest part is actually locating this flex pipe. I'll show that in a minute. What else I need? You need your cutters. There's a little pointy thing to deburr the inside of the pipe when you cut it. A bender, which you don't really need for this kind of pipe. That's really for stainless steel that requires a bit more pressure. This is a rear proportioning valve, you know, so that you can do burnouts and stuff. You just basically close that right up so the back brakes don't do anything. A little flaring kit, master cylinder that I don't need at the moment. I've got one spare fitting. I should have all my fittings still on the original pipe, so that shouldn't be a problem. But I do need to make another tab for this to go into because I think the original tab is still on a frame which is beyond that door, and I'm not going there. Right, let me show you how the flex pipe is going to join. So on my last project, the rear brake pipes were roughly there. It was attached to that. It was bolted onto there, and the flex pipe came out that way, but I don't have anything there this time to attach it to, so I'm going to somehow attach this little bracket to this area here, to that bolt there, but it will come out this way this time. That will get bolted or screwed in there, and it will attach kind of that way. You can see that. So that allows up and down movement that way, and also that way. I'll change my hand so you can see what I'm talking about. As I say, that will bolt in there. I wanted it kind of lower than the top of the diff in case it does come up and hit the floor, which it shouldn't do, but just in cases, and it will sit at that sort of angle. So there's nothing, it's not going to hit anything if I mount it there. So I do need to make a tab for this to slot into, then I'll run the pipe that way and round the frame. So let's dismantle this and see if I can reuse any of it. So I turned this clamp round and put it in the spot I would like, but now my problem is going to be that the pipe is for the right wheel. That pipe's coming up that way, so that's defeating the whole purpose of this being over here. But you know what, I think I'm overthinking this. This bar here, well, it's my brush for washing the truck. Anyway, that's sitting on top of the frame at either side, and I've still to add, I mean, the mounts are going to bring it up another inch, right? So the bottom of the floor is actually going to be about there. That's tons of space. Remember, I've not actually lowered this vehicle, so there should be plenty of room. So I'm going to try just mounting the bracket on the original bolt, and then I know my pipes are going to be the right length. So I'll give that a shot, see how we get on. Nope, changed my mind again. That's just too high. And because of the angle that it's currently at, the pipe's going to come up even higher. So I was kind of obsessed with this bolt at the front so that I could, you know, take it off if I ever wanted to service it. But no, so I'm going to take it off of there, and I'm just going to bring the bracket out this far, just weld the front of that bracket onto there. I've still got this little nut and bolt holding on this, and if it's hanging over here, then I'll be able to get access to remove that. So I think that's the best idea. I was hoping I could use this tab, but it's not the right thickness for the flexi pipe, so that's coming off as well. So this will sit over here. Pipe goes that way, flexi pipe goes this way, does a wee curly thing and attaches to a tab here. Right, third time lucky. That'll do. It's not structural, it's just holding a little bracket on. And no one's going to see it. So I can still bend that down a bit if I want. We'll see how much space I need. Access underneath there if I ever want to remove this splitter. That'll do for now. I'll slap some paint on that just to protect it. Right, let's see if I can make these pipes fit without destroying them. Which is which? Don't think it matters. that'll work. I just need to tidy up the routing a little bit, make it a bit neater. Don't have to bend them too much, so I've still got a bit more to play with before they snap. I think that'll be fine. I'll need to add some tabs. That needs to get tucked down a bit away from that bolt somehow. Right, I'll get working on this flexi pipe and see how I'm going to route that. Right, I've made a little tab that gets welded on, and I've decided I'm going to weld it there. And the pipe is actually, the flex pipe's actually going to curl round. I just don't want it interfering with anything with this moving up and down. So I don't want it under, I don't want it over there. So you'll see what I mean once I weld this on and fit it in place, okay? Let's find an earth. You'll do it. I also want it all serviceable. I want to be able to get access, so I'll still be able to get up through the bottom to get into all this stuff. That'll do. Just let that cool down for a minute. Right, now I'll show you how this is going to work. Not tightening up fully just now. So that is going to curl round under there. Then this goes through there. Then my little clip will go on there. I'll do it from the bottom so that I can get access if I want to remove it. That's going to be tight, so I'm not going to put it on just now. But I'll need to tap that clip on. I did test it before I made this, by the way. It is the right thickness. So that will allow, again, up and down movement without interfering with this corner here. Actually make a little tab so that it just sits off of this, and then I've still got this amount of flex. So that's how that's going to work. So it's away from that, it's away from that, it's away from this corner here that I don't like. So I'll get to work on routing the rest of the brake pipe from there all the way up to the front. Well, I changed my mind again about that hose. Now, I originally wanted to curl the hose underneath there, and then I realised that when the body is attached to the frame, the body goes up and down with the frame. Therefore, this height here isn't going to get any closer to the floor because that is going to pull that down. Let me demonstrate. That doesn't really work. But yeah, so this hose goes down with the floor. So it's not going to hit the floor, so I'm much happier with that. It's not touching anything. Plenty of flex. So these are all tight. The wheels are all tight. Well, the brake connectors are all tight. So everything here is good to go. I just need to try and tidy up the pipework a little bit. It doesn't really matter. No one's going to see it, but it needs a couple of tabs just to stop any scuffing. So next step is I'm going to make a pipe to go from here along here. I'll probably go over there, maybe over there. There is a, as you can see, it slopes down there anyway, so I've got plenty of height just to put the pipe over there. Then I'll go into that corner and then follow the channel all the way up to the front. I've only got one hole I need to drill on that cross member there. That hole there is just a bit too far out from the wall, so I'll drill another hole just closer to the wall. The pipe will go all the way through all the way to the front, and then it'll go up the firewall, which obviously the firewall's over there at the moment, so I can't go any further with that. But I can at least get that all plumbed in up to that point, and then that's the back end brakes done, good to go. So let me just get that pipe work done, and that'll be that. Right, that's the back end done. So I've secured it with these are just self-tappers. Drilled a hole, self-tap. It's not going anywhere. Two at the back, one on that one, and then it's fed through inside there. I've still to attach clips there, but I will need to move this backwards when I drill a hole through the frame at the front. As I say, I'm not doing that until the body's back on. I'll be able to attach these clips once the body's in, no problem, from underneath. It was much harder to get that done when the body was on, so that's all done. Yeah, that's the back brakes done, except for the handbrake, obviously, but I can do that from underneath as well. Oh, I should have mentioned, I'll probably add rubber grommets in those holes. Don't want any chaffing, so I've made the hole big enough to get a grommet through and the pipe, so that shouldn't be too bad. And obviously anywhere that pipe meets metal, I will be adding rubber or grommetization grommets. Yes, something. Okay folks, that's me for today. Hopefully in the next video I will be doing the fuel pipe. Sorry for the wind. Yeah, I should be doing the fuel pipe if my hose arrives. It should be here Wednesday, but if I can think of anything fun to do before then, I'll make a quick video. So remember, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the like, dislike, share, all of the above. I appreciate you all. See you in the next one. Bye bye.